Hey, Rochelle Terry here with you. I have some information I want to share with you this afternoon. I also have a demonstration to share as far as our BYOD goes and connecting to our AirWatch management system that we're wanting students to be able to connect to when they bring their devices to school for BYOD. I'm going to show you with using one of my devices how to connect to the BYOD as if I were a student. This will, once students do go through this process properly, they will be enrolled in our mobile device management system, which is referred to as AirWatch. And the reason we have this mobile device management system is so that teachers can easily share apps, books, websites, what have you, with students on their devices in a seamless manner. So you're not taking up class time trying to get students to find a certain app you want them to use or get to a certain website that you're wanting them to be able to get to on their device. Some of our students, I've spoken to some myself, are concerned because there is this disclaimer that comes up whenever they're connecting to this, and they're like, oh, you know, it says that they can see my phone, see what I'm doing as part of this disclaimer. And although that is how it's written, as a technology department, we are not looking at student devices in that manner. We are not looking to see logging in on their phone to see pictures, messages, nothing to that extreme at all. And the way I have explained this situation to several students is if you have signed up for a Facebook account or a Twitter account, Instagram, Snapchat, any type of social media account that you have signed up for, you have basically given that company rights to look at your stuff. They tell you in their disclaimer, you're giving Facebook rights to see your photos, your postings. You know, if you're willing to say okay to that disclaimer, then I can assure you that saying okay to this disclaimer and trusting us as your technology department that serves the school system to not violate your device in any way at all. We are not here to police. We are here to offer up to our students wireless access while they're at school for learning purposes. So please don't let that keep you from connecting to our wireless and being able to use your device at school. I can also give this analogy. I know like we go to the local McDonald's, they have free Wi-Fi. When I go to connect to their Wi-Fi, there's a disclaimer that pulls up that says, you know, you have to be in compliant with basically the McDonald's Wi-Fi that we're offering. And of course, I trust it and I connect to it. So it's kind of that same concept. Anywhere you go where they offer free Wi-Fi, you have disclaimers that do come up. But trust me when I say we are not watching your device. Also, I would like to say that we've had several different problems with Android devices connecting correctly. We are working on that behind the scenes. We know there's some issues there. We're working to resolve those issues. What I have suggested to some of our students is to download that client from the Google Play Store while they're at home on their home Wi-Fi. That has worked for some students because I did follow up with them today and they were able to make that work, and they're enrolled in AirWatch and they're able to get on the wireless at school, which is very good. But we know that issue is there. But I will say this too, we are not moving to a one-to-one technology setup in our school system. I've read lots of research about one-to-one technologies versus BYOD if you can, bring your own device if you can, which is more like what we're adopting. In school systems in this particular study that I read, school systems where they had one-to-one, those students did not perform as well once they left high school and went into a college or into a career field, because all they knew was working face-to-face with a device. And the school systems that were in this study, where it was a BYD if you can, those students are having to work together because not everybody has a device. They're having to pair up. They're having to communicate. They're having to speak with each other about inputting an answer or working on a project together collaboratively. And so I'm hoping that this is what we can do as well with our students. Even if you don't have a device, you have a partner you get to pair up with. So we're not missing anything during this time with our students as far as instruction goes. Just the mode may have to change depending on if students don't all have devices. And more than likely they're not, and that's okay. We can pair it with a partner. We can put a school-issued iPad in your hand. Some way we can make this happen for each one of our students in our buildings. So with that being said, we are going to move forward, and I'm going to show you a device and how to connect that device to the BYOD. Okay, so I've got my Apple device here. This is an iPhone 6. Apple devices are what I know. It's what I have to work with here at work. I've got an iPad, iPhone 6, which is my personal phone. I have an iPhone 4, which is school issue. So Apple's what I know. Sorry to my Android users out there, but I promise we are working on some of those issues that we're having. So I'm going to open my device. It's a little bright. Once I open the device, if you go to Settings, if I move closer, you can choose from here, go to Wi-Fi. I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi on, and you should see a BYOD pop up. Mine's selected because I've selected it before. I'm just going to forget network so I can show you. Okay, so I choose that BYOD that I'm going to connect to. I get a check there. We're not really enrolled in AirWatch. We're not really connected to the internet just yet the way we need students to be. So we're going to continue on. And now I'm going to go to Safari. I need to access the internet, and with iOS, Safari is my place to go. Now I have a website, an AirWatch website that I need to enter into where it says search or enter website name. This is the website, ds366.awmdm.com. Okay, so I'm going to type that in, ds366.awmdm.com. Go. Okay, and this is going to bring me up to a page to enter a group ID. Each school has a unique group ID associated with them, and we want to make sure that students get the correct group ID, because if I'm a student at Murray County High School and I enter in Chatsworth Elementary's group ID for whatever reason, I don't know why that would happen, but anyway, if it did, whatever's happening at Chatsworth Elementary as far as apps being pushed out by teachers, that's going to show up on my device. But I'm a Murray County High School student, and I don't need those things. I need to be on Murray County High School's AirWatch. So we have to make sure that students get the correct group ID, and I'm just going to do Murray County High School. I've been there today working on some wireless stuff, so I know their code by heart for the moment. Once I get the group ID entered, select Next. Then it's going to ask me to put in my username and password. As you can see, mine's already populated in. I've done this a few times. Obviously, I asked it to save my password, my username and password. Of course, my setup's not the same as it is for students. We need students to be logging in like this. If my name is Jane Smith, my username and password is the same. We've tried to keep it simple. For this, I need to put Smith with a capital S, my last name, capital J, that's my first initial, and it does need to be capital letters, and then the last 4 of my lunch number has to be entered. And that would be entered in for both the username and for the password. Those are one and the same. Okay? So once I get my username and password entered, I select Next. This screen says Redirect and Enable, which I'm going to choose to do. Okay. Now this is asking to install this profile onto my phone. This is part of the enrollment process, and I'm going to select Install. Okay. If you have a passcode on your phone, you will be asked to enter that passcode. Once you do, it's Install again. Install again. And this is where it says the administrator may collect personal data, add, remove accounts, restrictions, list, install, and manage apps, and remotely erase data on your phone. Not doing that. Okay. So choose Install, choose Trust, Done. We should be getting a congratulations screen, and we did. That's wonderful. That's what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to close this out. And to make sure you're actually enrolled in the profiles there, you should see a catalog to come up. Not seeing that for whatever reason, but it is, the device management is here. I can see that here on my phone. Okay, it's asking for app installation. From the App Store, you can choose Cancel at this point. Allow app and book assignment from Maury County Schools. This is where the catalog probably comes in. I'm going to choose Continue. If it's asking you to sign into iTunes, you can select Cancel on that. We can close this out. Now my catalog is there. So if it asks you to put in a password or connect to iTunes, just cancel that. You don't have to do that. The catalog will come along. But now to actually get on the wireless, you go back to Settings, go back to that Wi-Fi. Now we should see AirWatch as an option. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for it to pop up, but AirWatch would be an option under your Wi-Fi, and that AirWatch is what you would want to then connect to. Looks like it's spinning, it's trying to come, but to actually get on the internet, you would want to connect to that AirWatch. But again, and you can see the catalog here. When I open that catalog up, there have been some apps already pushed out. So what would happen here, this QR code, say I'm in my teacher's class, we're going to use a QR code for the day, I'm enrolled, I'm able then to download this QR code once I'm connected to the wireless appropriately. Okay. I'm working very closely with the teachers. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Thank you for watching this video.